My name is Mary Hassler. I'm the program manager for the FlexForce program, which is the contingent labor program for Siemens. SourceRight has been on site with Siemens for about 4.5 years, and we've expanded their role this year to take on one of our largest segments in the U.S., the industry sector. We expanded their role based on their history with Siemens. It's a very difficult, complicated company to understand, and they have grasped that completely in the last 4 years. And we felt they were the best group to bring to this new organization. The SourceRight Siemens team is an intimate team. We work together on a daily basis throughout the U.S. We have on-site representatives in all of our major locations. They've helped us to also bring in staffing suppliers that will be assisting us in 2 of our major locations as well. The SourceRight Siemens team consists of a national manager and 5 representatives that assist Siemens with the various labor categories in various locations. SourceRight has just done a tremendous job on our last implementation. We have put in a Fieldglass software product that will be the major platform for the U.S. for the procurement of contingent workers, and the SourceRight team really pulled it together. They were necessary for us to really integrate the system, to understand and learn Siemens source systems for that implementation. They also provide us all the training with that software, all the training support, the IT support that was necessary, and now they're really layering in the staffing suppliers for us where we had gaps or weaknesses. So without that team, we never could have really pulled this off. I've been really impressed. The SourceRight implementation team has been truly dedicated. They have worked weekends, they have worked nights, they have been highly concerned about the customer, very customer focused, very concerned about what I was concerned about, have been on top of every single issue. I can't even describe the level of commitment that they put forward for Siemens. And I really am just worried they're exhausted maybe, but other than that, they're an excellent group. The energy level is incredible. I have to remind them occasionally that I'm much older than they are, and and they need to slow down. But they're really incredible. Their energy is very high. They are committed to Siemens. They're always 2 steps ahead of me on issues, thinking things forward, thinking things backwards, just very, very on top of everything. And I've really found them to be very customer focused. They are concerned about everything that I'm concerned about. I'm very satisfied with the SourceRight team, particularly their implementation arm. That organization has trained probably, I'm trying to think, 1,400 managers within the last 6 months at Siemens. And they have reached out and trained all of the senior managers on many of the transitional issues related to the Fieldglass implementation. They have worked intimately with the communications groups to make sure that the communication was rolled out smoothly with websites and training invitations, really personalized in such a way that it was very seamless for the hiring managers who were involved in the process. We have performance indicators that we put into the contract, and time to fill is being measured. We also have quarterly business reviews on many of the metrics that will determine whether this program is seen as successful. One of the things I've been most impressed with in the first few weeks of the implementation within our industry sector has been the ability to layer in staffing suppliers, even in our remote locations, and even where we needed additional resources. They really have paid attention to even the smallest locations that Siemens has, and as well as the large. We changed MSPs, managed staffing providers, during this integration that we just went through, and the team was very concerned about that transition, and they worked very well with the exiting managed staffing provider to get the detail needed and the detailed understanding of the locations, requirements, and transitional positions, so that, again, that it was seamless to the hiring manager. That was critical to the success of our FlexForce program and the transition between one managed staffing company and another. And without that, we would have had some real issues. The on-site team, the implementation team, let me rephrase that, the implementation team really has worked overtime to make this integration smooth. They have worked tirelessly with various and sundry IT departments throughout Siemens to gather the data that's necessary to run a software of this complexity. And that included people who really were being pulled in with very little notice on a process, and they were able to manage the stress level of the change for that person and get the job done all at the same time. We'd given them extremely tight deadlines to perform within, and they met all of those deadlines, which was really an incredible feat. The level of communication is as if they're a Siemens employee, really. They have taken this to the level of commitment that a Siemens employee would take for Siemens. And what that level of communication is constant. Anytime I pick up the phone, I immediately have a phone call back, or they pick it up the first time. I have never had an email that was not responded to. Just an incredible commitment on the part of the team. Siemens requires a lot of interaction with its outside suppliers, and this SourceRight team has met that obligation. I have never had a phone call not returned, an email not answered. Everyone has been totally responsive, and I found that to be not only to me, but to really every level of management within Siemens. They take it seriously. Personally, they want to please Siemens in every way, and that customer service is not found in most organizations anymore, and it is found in the SourceRight team. They're happy working for SourceRight. They are dedicated to making this a success. You don't see that commitment in every relationship.